Hello, welcome to BearTalk channel. I'm Bear, a product designer who lives and works in Auckland, New Zealand. In this video, I want to share a tip that helped me to better cope with my lockdown work from home period, especially about meetings. So let's jump into it. I know everyone struggles with meetings, especially when you work from home, work totally remotely. During pandemic. And before pandemic, when we work, we can work and then go to the water cooler to have a chat with other people and then go to the meeting room to have a meeting and went to another meeting room for a workshop. So the context is changing, which is good. Even you feel a little bit busier than now, but actually those context changing is good for your attention and cognitive and well-being. But now, even we use the word, I jump to different meetings every day online, but actually you haven't moved a bit. You just sit in front of your desk for the whole day, work, and then jump to a Zoom meeting, which is just a click or a tap and do the same thing and then to another meeting. So you still sit in the same scenario without changing it. That's why we feel frustrated or exhausted after a few meetings. So for me personally, there are a few tips in general we can use. For example, you can try to reject some meetings that you feel you cannot contribute value or it doesn't contribute value for you, vice versa. And also you can propose some meetings if you feel this day is full of meetings and you want to balance with the other day. But to be honest, as an employee, you probably don't have that flexibility to choose the time for your meetings. So what I've tried to balance the meeting is to find, is there any way that we can create the context for the meeting, even we have to sit in front of the desktop for the whole day with different meetings. So I find this way to improve it. Still experience it, but I think it might be good to learn. So my tip is to take a few steps. The first step is to categorize your meeting by put them into 3 jars. So the first jar is the interactional meeting, which means that you need to 100% involve in that meeting. You need to be there and be involved with the discussion, or maybe you are the facilitator for that meeting as a workshop or something else. So what I mean, you need to 100% there and interact with other people. The second jar is informative meetings, which means you just to know what is happening and you get information. For example, the all hands meeting or the monthly all team meeting. So there are kinds of like this meeting. You just be updated about the latest news or the progress happening around you. And normally it's happening on large companies more often than small companies. And the third types of the meeting are syncing meetings, which I use syncing as a word. Actually, it means those casual meetings you catch up with your teammates or with your manager or with the people you are managing. For example, the one-on-one meeting with other people, with other designer or developer or marketing people. Those are types of the syncing meeting. So for me, after finish categorize those 3 meetings, I just use color code to differentiate them on my calendar in a visual way. So for example, I use red to stand for the informative meetings and I use blue for the one-on-one meetings, the syncing meetings, and I use green for the interactional meetings. And by doing that, I have a color code system to stand for different meetings. And then I put something I want to do at home or I can do at home into that colors. So for example, when I work at home, I prefer to do more workouts. Or when I work at home, I need to do some housework, some tidy up. And I just put those things on my to-do list, but also color code them into different colors. For example, I put wash dishes as the green, as the red stuff, which is something I can do while I'm having those informative meetings. For example, when I had all hands meeting, I just turn off my camera, and because there are hundreds of people there, and it's okay that I'm turning it off, and I can listen to what is the latest progress for the whole company by the host. But I can also do the dishes, wash the dishes while I'm having the meeting. And by doing that, I can differentiate that context from other meetings. I don't need to sit in front of the camera. In front of the desk to have those meetings. And for the syncing meeting, those carol meetings, those one-on-one meetings, I just ask the other people, like, is that okay? We can do a walking meeting. We can just have a chat without turn on our camera. Is that okay? And most of the time, we don't have to share the screens with other people. It's not always need to share some progress on screen. So we just turn the screen off and have a conversation while we have a walk around our neighborhood, which actually for both sides, we feel better by doing that. And the other type of the meeting, like interactional meeting, I just commit myself that I want to 100% there and really contribute for that meeting. So normally that time I would sit in front of my desk and fully there. Right. I hope you probably find this tip is useful and you can try it. But my suggestion is to keep it transparent and honest and have a chat with your manager and to see if he or she happy to do that, for you to do that, and keep it transparent to other people. And if you feel probably other people will find it's not comfortable for you to do that, and just stop doing that. But I think that would be a good way to improve our well-being when we work from home or work remotely. So that's my tip for today, and thanks for watching. I hope you like it. If you like this one, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and share with other people, and check other videos on this channel. There are a lot of things about productivity, technology, and design, of course. I'm Bear. I will see you in another video. Bye.